No time for an intro today, folks. It is about to premiere with President's new track, Angel Wings. Let's see what you got.
Stop dreaming in colors, just see new shades of black. Keep thinking I see your face and then the shape retracts. A line on the table, a gun with a target, man. No need to shoot it now, I'm not infectious yet. Shit, 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 shit. I'm not infectious yet.
Hang on a hot second. First of all, let me say this. It is such a rare and wonderful opportunity to be able to jump on a track as soon as it's premiering. What a privilege. Man, this band... When a band hits the limelight with all of its experience, all of its knowledge in a new product, when all the members get together and it's so popular so immediately, you get this really wonderful gift of watching something very experienced start to develop, start to evolve. And you're seeing it on the main stage. It isn't happening in small clubs and practice rooms, and then you're kind of slowly getting familiar with when that name becomes something more of a household name. You're getting to see it happen live, and every little molecule of it is being judged and criticized and loved and commented on. So from the band's point of view, I'm sure that's quite difficult to process. But from a listener point of view, what a wonderful privilege to be able to watch something develop. It's like this newborn baby that keeps growing, and you're seeing more and more of its personality as it grows. Speaking of personality, there is a lot you can tell, at least from my perspective, when it comes to the music of a band by two key things. One, what is the fullness of the guitar? And there's a lot of ways to get there, layering, the sweetness, the tone, but also the snare drum. It's like a fingerprint. It's very unique. And I love when a snare drum is tight, but you can still hear those springs. It adds this element of something very polished and produced, but it has a live feel to it. It feels like it's imperfect. And I think that's beautiful. I love how the verse rhythm is so separated and different from the chorus, which is very full and always dragged out. You can accuse this band of whatever you want, but you cannot accuse them of lacking emotion. God, they deliver it in buckets. That up and down melody in the verse, listen out for it. If it does come around again, I suspect it will in a more advanced capacity. But you're listening to an emphasized note, but you're listening to it in the way that it's prepared for you because of the one that sits lower down and precedes it. And there's a point to that. It's a subversion from a tempo point of view and from a tone point of view without you really having to try real hard to hear it. And that sets you up perfectly for something that is more dragged out. Love it, need more, get in more. Boom.
Head forward, I can't look back. Keep thinking I hear your voice, and then it always cracks. Will I ever be able to be rid of this regret? You said I should choose hope, I haven't found it yet. I could be faithless, I could be holy, I could be anything you ever wanted from me.
My God, why have you forsaken me?
One more quick thing. Sorry, but I'm not, because reaction channel. So gonna react. Go back just a little. I want to hear it bleed in. This is, even though their style is still developing and they're kind of figuring it out themselves, I'm sure mostly in studio, I am becoming more and more familiar with little things. Like, they seem to make the biggest leaps forward in terms of having a verse and then a second verse, which is in principle the same melodic idea, but much more significant and pronounced and added when it comes around the second time. Now you're going into this bridge piece where I suspect it's going to break into something much heavier. Doesn't need to, but I suspect it will. They have such a beautiful, wonderful way of panning their instrumentation as well on their recordings. This is a very extreme example with some of the cymbal work and the hi-hat sitting really far left. And I mean very far left. It's as if when you're watching on stage that the drum kit takes up the whole stage. Typically, they'll pan the toms in a very small capacity. So as you're listening and he rolls around that kit, you can hear that just a little bit. It adds dimension. It adds a 3D element. It advertises the room and you walk into it and it's beautiful. They're doing a much more extreme example here, and I think it's because of that live, the desire to have that live, imperfect nature to it. I think it's designed to be that way. I will also say this. They are bands that write songs, and then there are artists who tell stories. And we both know who this one is. And thank God for it.
I don't mind if you say it now. You carry me out of the fire, but nothing ever seems to change. Guess it's safe to say you hide behind a mask, but the life you had never slips away. Is it safe to say that you never fucking love me anyway?
What a band. What a band. I'm just going to leave it on for a second here because it is a premiere and I want to make sure that there's no more to it. It looks like it's done. Yes, it is. Okay. It is a song that is powerful from the beginning to the end, but the way that it toys with power evolves. And I think that it's difficult to do. It's easy. None of it's easy, but it's easy to build up to something, to have a moment. It's difficult to take a moment and then make it last. And they do a good job of that. That is a bridge and breakdown and end of a song that absolutely demands to be felt. You don't really have a choice. And man, what a year for music so far. It is the middle of February-ish, and we have been blessed with some tracks, and this is another one of those tracks. There is a big difference, in my opinion, and I might need to go back and listen to it again, because there is something that happens when YouTube translates, for lack of a better word, the audio that's uploaded. And on a Premiere, sometimes you can have a volume switch. Amplification, even if it is as simple as just amplification, can enhance and change certain things in the EQ. So I want to go back and listen to it again when it's kind of, I won't say processed, because the processing happens on the upload. It's inside baseball stuff. But it felt really full, it felt really loud, and it felt very impressively different from what I have heard from them on previous productions. It felt like there was a desire to be more vulnerable with the production of the music and allow it to run a little bit further, to not put a leash on some of the rawness of it. And I think that translated brilliantly. So, man, long live President. And I cannot wait to see them live, and I'm going to. So I'm very, very excited about that. I'll report back after. I'm sure it's going to be as amazing as it promises to be. If you have seen them live, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what it was like, and send more. Until the next one, please be kind, be safe, be nice to each other, and have a damn good day. Hit this poll again.